Today I'm going to do a pour with the cobalt blue and silver. It's actually Deco Art Silver Morning, and I have mixed that 1.5 ounce of Floetrol to about 6 ounces of Silver Morning. And the cobalt blue is by Retrotech. It is mixed 1 to 4 with Floetrol. I am going to do a tree ring pour, so I started pouring on each side of the cup, switching sides, so I could see what effect that would have on a tree ring pour. And then I figured out, instead of switching cups, why don't I just spin the cup? So I'm basically doing layers of each color on each side to see the effect it will give on a tree ring pour. Now, I did a coaster with these colors, and it was so pretty. Like, the colors just go together, and when it's varnished, I know it's going to be really, really pretty. Um, so this is a 16 by 20 canvas, and I should have about 14 ounces of paint. Now, if I were to do this one again, Um, I would probably wet the canvas a bit with water because the canvas was very dry and the paint was very hard to move. But I recorded this and forgot to turn my microphone on. So I'm trying to do a sound recording that I can play with it. So basically, I finished filling the cups like this, and I start my tree ring pour. Now, tree ring pours can turn out so different depending upon um, whether you put silicone in or not. Now, none of this paint has silicone in, so I'm just going to slowly start pouring the paint. I do find it very mesmerizing watching the paint flow out of the cup. It really is amazing what it looks like. When you try one, you'll be just mesmerized. You just sit there and pour in a small circle and let it flow out from the center. And if you use earth tones and have just the right amount of paint, it almost looks like a tree ring. That's why it's called tree ring pour. So basically, I'm pouring the whole 14 ounces on this, and I'm going to start tilting it very soon. I'm finding this type of painting is so relaxing, and it also teaches you about colors, movements. Now, as you watch, the paint will move and spread apart, and you're going to get more like different designs, rings, and it is just amazing to watch the color flow and see how paint moves. It's very relaxing, and I'm using cobalt blue and silver morning here, but and some of this is artist paint, one is craft paint. But you can use house paint, you can use whatever you have, and match your decor. Basically, I'm putting my hands on the corner to try to hold the paint on. I knew the tree ring pour, like a ring, wouldn't stay there just because of the size of the canvas. I think it might be easier on coasters for the reason that they're smaller. Basically, I'm just moving the paint so it will cover all corners. Now, as you can see, the paint isn't moving as well, and I'm sure it's because this canvas is so dry. Quite often I do find I'll just mist them with water as it helps just to have the paint move to the corners, whereas this time I didn't. And it doesn't have to be a lot of misting, just enough to um, give a smoother surface. Now, another way you could get a smoother surface, which I showed in the Vortex video, is by using matte medium or something and actually coating the gesso canvas a few times to get a smoother surface. This is a little bit rougher because I did not do that this time. But basically I'm just tilting the canvas, putting a little paint in the corners, which will help pull the other paint to meet it. Because you'll always have runoff. I mean, if you don't, you're not mixing enough paint. And you can see some of the beautiful lines and contours coming up in the painting. It is really pretty. You'll also see some divots, and I'm not sure if that's when I unwrapped the canvas. I got some oils from my hands on it. That can happen because, as I said, I put no silicone in this at all. Floetrol can make little bits of cells, so it might be something such as that, but I look at it, and as I'm tilting it, and as I was thinking of a blue moon because it just has the topographical lines and craters, etc., of something like that. And again, here I'm just pulling the paint to the side just to get the paint to move that way. Now, it was quite a warm day when I poured that, and that can affect the paint starting to skim. I've also found that if I have a lot of wind movement in the room or air movement, you can have cracking of your painting. So I really try to make sure it's just slowly natural air movement. I don't usually put a fan in just for that reason. The one time I did, I wanted the painting to crack. And it did. That was, I can't remember which painting that was. Oh, it was a lava flow. And I literally had deep cracks, but it was perfect because it gave that idea of it. Here I'm just getting all the paint moved, and at the very end I will drop the painting slightly because I find that pops my bubbles rather than using a torch. Anyway, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. At the very end, I will put a picture of the finished painting when it's dry. It's just dry now. And it is gorgeous. I really can't wait to coat this with that varnish because it'll pull out the colors. But anyway, have a lovely day, and please try a trigger and pour. You will love it. I'm sure it's just the movement of the colors, but here's where I will soon drop painting and pop the bubbles. Usually I will mix the paint up at least a day ahead of time, just to make sure most of the bubbles pop, so there isn't much of an issue. Anyway, you have a great day, and please keep on experimenting and trying different things, because then you'll find what you love. Have a great day.